What has happened in Disneyland Paris? And did Bob Iger spill that we might get a new land? You'll all find out in this video where we talk about the news in Disneyland Paris. Hi, my name is Marieke and you're watching Magical Vacation Guide, and behind the camera is Mark. Hi Mark. Hi. We love Disneyland Paris. We come here very often and we eat, breathe and sleep Disney. And we also like to give advice and tips because we know a lot. And that's why we are here today. So if you like tips and advice on your upcoming trip to Disneyland Paris or in general, definitely subscribe to our channel and you will always be updated. It's just a little appreciation and to support this channel, and thank you so much for this. So now let's get on with the video. So I'm going to talk to you all about the news, what has happened, what's been spoken about, what is the 410 on Disneyland Paris. So let's go. Do we get a new land? Okay, I can't wait. Let's go. But before I go on with the new land, I'm going to talk about a new addition to the menus at Bellanotte. Now you can get Luca's pasta pesto at Bellanotte in Fantasyland. It is part of menu 3 where you can choose between a pasta bolognese or a pasta pesto. I had tried it and you get pasta and then you have like this pesto layer sauce and you have to mix it up really good. You can also choose between with the menu you can choose with a cold drink, and you can choose between a garlic bread or a salad. Definitely try that, but beware that Bellanotte is mostly only opened between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Another addition to the menus in Disneyland Paris is one that we already know, but it's now a regular, the churros and the turkey leg. So the churros you could get at the Coca restaurant in Frontierland, and the turkey leg was available during the 30th anniversary at the Last Chance Cafe, also in Frontierland. But Disney decided, that goes so well together, and they had like this adjustable food cart and they made it into a permanent food cart where you now can get the turkey leg and the churros. With the churros you have different sauces and different things. You have the churros with sugar, you have the churros with salted caramel sauce with chocolate sauce, and with whipped cream. There's a whole menu on it. You can also have like your sweet break there with a cold or a hot drink. We tried the churros, it is really delicious, so definitely try that out. Phase 2 of the season of the Symphony of Colors has begun, and what that means? A new hub show, which is incredible. It takes place on Central Plaza with over 30 songs used in Disney films and an original song. We make a whole video about phase 2 of this season, so definitely subscribe to our channel and be updated when we upload this new video. Also what they did, and we can spoil that a little bit on our video, there's a lot of decorations, as you probably can see behind me. In Main Street, I'm standing right next to it, there are all these decorations. So the story is that Tinkerbell and her sister decorated Main Street with flowers to go from a frozen winter, frosty winter to a nice and bright and warm spring, and you can see that. So definitely subscribe to our channel if you want to be updated on this video, because it is good. Disneyland Paris is testing with 2 nighttime shows. Does that mean that we get 2 nighttime shows? We don't know. They have tested it for a week and conclusions have yet to be made, I guess. But we think it is because of the expected crowded season during the summer, with the Olympic Games coming up and a lot of visitors from around the world coming also to Disneyland Paris. So with 2 nighttime shows, what can you expect? Unfortunately, on the first nighttime show, that's how they tested it. I don't know how it will actually turn up to be, but they tested the first nighttime show without the fireworks and the second nighttime show with the fireworks. So always keep in mind when you're watching the first nighttime show that you might not even get fireworks. But the most early I think they're going to implement it is when we are going towards the summer season. So I don't think it will be definite in the months of April, May, maybe June. Well, we'll keep you updated. And because it's so crowded at the fireworks that they are making 2 shows, that does mean that you might not get a good spot. But Disney has come up with a solution for that. Now you can pay for a first row ticket for not only the nighttime spectacular, but also the Disney Stars on Parade. So it costs 19 euros per person, and how we read it is that you pay 19 euros once, and then you can be at the front row at the Disney Stars on Parade and the nighttime spectacular. And it is the first time you can use it, it's 28th of March. And now some news from Walt Disney Studios Park, which is, have you ever walked into the park and you were looking at like the Hollywood street and you would see all these houses and you're like, oh, that's so beautiful. And then you just walk in that street and you're like, and then you see it and the perspective is off and you're like, that's not pretty, that's not beautiful. If you have the same thought as me, I'm sorry Disney, but I'm just being honest, it's not a very pretty sight. But good news for us, they will remove those carton fake houses. We don't know what is coming instead of it and how they are planning this, but they will be removed within like a couple of months actually. Yeah. With some good news from Walt Disney Studios, there's also a little bit of bad news unfortunately. So Studio 1 is the entrance hall when you enter the Walt Disney Studios park. It's where you have your fast food restaurant on coulisses, you have a lot of merchandise shops, but unfortunately in April it will be closed for an uncertain time. But the good news is with the closure is that it is going into a renovation and they're going to update the whole building. That does mean that a lot of facilities go away. You don't have Uncle-E's, you don't have like this counter service restaurant, a lot of good merchandise stores close, and you will have to walk around the studio. You'll get a little bit of a backstage feeling though, so that's pretty cool. But a lot of facilities will go away. It is uncertain how long this will take. I hope that they're already before summer, but I don't think so. I think maybe next year. Considering how long they have done with the Disneyland Hotel, I think at the earliest 2025. I talked about the decorations in Main Street and I talked a little bit about the Hub Show, but it was just announced that there will be, well, it was already announced, but we have seen concept art of the new Alice in Wonderland interactive show. This show will take place in the Walt Disney Studios Park at the theater where there was this car show. Maybe you remember it with Lightning McQueen and they had this whole stunt show. It's just on the back of Avengers Campus and they have found a new purpose for this theater. So there will be an Alice in Wonderland show and they just released the artwork for it and some costumes and some actors, and I'm really excited because it's going to be an interactive show and I'm really curious about what the interactive element of the show will be. There's no date that it announced for when it will go into premiere, but it will be spring of 2024. And now the moment that you've probably all been waiting for. I'm sorry that it took so long, but now it is. So Bob Iger, maybe you know Bob Iger. Bob Iger is the CEO of Disney, like he is the big boss. And he said in a conference call that Pandora, you may know from Walt Disney World or from the Animal Kingdom, it is the land themed around the Avatar movies, like the Blue Creature Avatar movies. And it probably will go to Anaheim, California, but Bob Iger also said that he is interested in taking it to Paris. Nothing is known, but there might be a Pandora here in Disneyland Paris. That will be incredible because we have seen it in Animal Kingdom and it's so beautiful. They have all these glow-in-the-dark art at night and the floating mountains, and it would be so magical. But where would they place it? Because Disneyland Paris is already pretty packed. We think that it will be placed in Walt Disney Studios Park because there's still a piece of land that has no destination for it. So that would be an amazing place to place Pandora. Or Or maybe they will open up a whole new park just for this. Who will tell? It will not happen this year or next year because Frozen Land is the first thing to open up in Disneyland. Probably in 2025, I think, because we've seen the renovations and the making of it is getting pretty far. Because when you go into the parachute soldiers attraction, and you have a good spot, you can look a little bit at the constructions that they're doing. So we've been doing that and hoping for a good spot. But we have seen it built, so that will be next year. And then they might get Pandora to Disneyland Paris. That would be amazing. Talking about rumors, here's a little bit for page 6. It is not official news from the Walt Disney Company or Disneyland Paris, but there are rumors on the socials where fans are speculating about an expansion of Star Wars Land and an expansion of Fantasyland. So with Star Wars Land, maybe we get what they have in Florida and Disneyland, where you have the, what is it called? That town. Galaxy's Edge. Maybe we get Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland Paris. And maybe we get Toontown. That would be amazing. But those are just rumors by fans. But mostly, in our experience, is that when rumors are getting a little bit steady, like they are now, where they have actual drawings of how it's going to happen, they are seriously considering it. So we just have to wait and hope for good news. And now you're completely updated on what has happened in Disneyland Paris in the recent times. I want to close the video and thank you so much for watching. If you want to know more, get to see more videos like this, definitely subscribe to our channel. I hope you have a Disneyland Paris trip planned very soon, and we wish you a very magical day from wherever you are, and see you in the next video. Bye!